Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Abram. Abram is from Mexico City, but he lives in Barcelona, in Spain. So let's see what Abram has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello,
Cool.
Abram. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
No, thank you.
So tell me, how's your weekend going so far?
My weekend. So I arrived from the UK last night, which was
Okay.
nice. I was just visiting a friend, so it was not like a busy weekend or anything. It was very relaxing. I was just staying in his house, going having lunch. Nothing really, nothing really major, which I needed because it has been a couple crazy busy weeks. So I needed like a break, and that was perfect.
I see. So tell me, what was the highlight of your weekend in England?
Well, really, the highlight was that I was able to relax and not do much. So I think that was the highlight.
Tell me where you're from, Abram.
I'm from Mexico City, but I live in
Born.
Barcelona.
Wow. And why the change from Mexico City to Barcelona?
I don't know. I think I just like Barcelona a lot. So I was always coming here for holidays and stuff. And at some point, it was like, why not try to stay there for a longer season than just holiday? And I came here to study the cinematography for a year,
Wow.
and then it was like it just went on, and I'm 4 years in now, so it was not really that planned. I just like the city, came here, and things flow in the right way, in the right direction, and I just
Uh-huh.
kept saying one more year, and I keep saying, oh yeah, maybe one more year. Now it's 4 years. I'm not leaving.
What's the biggest joy of waking up in Barcelona every morning?
I guess the biggest joy is like being in a place I chose to be. Like, I don't think a lot of people can decide where they want to live, and I actually could do
Mhm.
that. So I think I'm very happy and grateful to live in the city. I was like, oh, I want to live here. And 4 years later, I'm still living here. So I think that's the one of the biggest things that I like about being in Barcelona. And the weather.
Tell me something, Abram. What do you do for work, for living?
What I do for work? Okay. So I kind of changed my career like recently because I've been a
Mhm.
photographer and a filmmaker for the last, I don't know, since forever, like 15, 10, 12 years or something. So that's been my main job for ever. And I was doing more fashion, advertising, and stuff like this. And on the last year, I would say, I changed from that to start doing like sex like porn and fetish photography. So it just changed into that, and now I'm basically doing more. Yeah, I'm full time doing content creation for adult performers and photography for fetish brands and all this other area of. It's still photography, it's just different.
That's amazing. Oh, wow. And when was the idea for you to change the business?
I think it also was like a kind of like a surprise. One day, my
Mhm.
really good friend told me like, "Oh, do you want to record me? I really need someone to help me out." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't do that. I do fashion films and other kind of stuff. Like, I don't know how to even do that." And he's like, "No, don't worry. You just need to bring your phone." I'm like, "What do you mean your phone? Like, I always record with my professional camera and the light setup and all this other kind of style." He's like, "No, no, no. Just bring your camera or your phone, or I will give you my phone. I have a couple lights here. If you have one light, you can bring it and just record. Just help me out." And I was
Mhm.
like, "Okay, I will do that." And yeah, that was the first time I did it. It was fun. It was nothing like changed my life from that moment. It was the first time I did it, and he was a good friend. And he kept calling me like, "Hey, let's do. Can you help me again? Now this time I can. We will pay you this amount." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." But it was more about out of friendship that I didn't see the business side of it because for me it was just very amateur.
Yeah.
And yeah, and at some point it like snowballed, and I started meeting all these amazing people and a lot of content creators that actually do that for a living, that's their main job, and that they actually that's all they do in as business way. And I was like, oh, okay, and it started to like yeah, like to snowball. I was also doing the rubber weekend in Barcelona, so they
Hmm.
do yearly, and I started doing the photography also. Like I didn't even knew nothing about like rubber fetish. I knew some people like latex, but not about like having a full weekend dedicated just for people to enjoy the latex and have activities and workshops. So somebody invited me to do it, and they're like, "Oh, would you like to do some coverage of this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I would. I will see it because I'm curious and I like to see stuff." So I'm like, "Yeah, I would do it." And after the first year, I was super enamored about it, and I really loved everyone there. I love the latex, how people dress up so much with this, and then I started to do more of that until I basically become like the official photographer for the Barcelona Rubber Weekend.
Wow.
And now this is the third year, I think. Yeah, kind of. I think so. And yeah, I do the advertising for them, like all the imagery. So it just snowballed into that as well. And it was like mixing like the porn with the rubber weekend and other fetish brands like Boxer Barcelona that I always work. I also work for them. And so it just mixed up. And I end up doing all these three things.
I love that. I love that, for you, a new opportunity came along. You didn't know how to explore, and suddenly you just put yourself into it, and now it became a business for you. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's been very fun also.
Amazing. Okay, Abram. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far. Okay?
Sure,
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
absolutely.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
All right.
Let's do it. Okay, so before we start the game, during the interview, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change for another one, okay?
Cool.
Amazing. First question is, if you could ask for a miracle, what that would be?
For a miracle. Oh my God, that's a difficult question. For a miracle. I don't know. I never thought like miracles are, I think miracles are something you can kind of make happen. And I think
Mm-hmm.
people don't choose to go that path because of fear of rejection, or they don't think they're capable of. And sometimes you doing the thing is like, oh, and then that's kind of like the miracle. So I don't believe on that. Of course, I would like everybody to be happy and there was no sickness in the world. But I think, yeah, like towards miracles, I think it's something you can create yourself for.
Totally. Saying that, what's the meaning of life for you?
I think the meaning of life for me is just experience everything that your heart wants you to
Yeah,
without so much fear, and just go for it. And you never know what path will lead you if you actually take the brave, like if you're brave enough to just do it. So for me, it's just experience as much. You never know what's gonna happen. Like a lot of people want something and they're just like, yeah, but that maybe it's not for me. So how you know if you don't do it? So for me, it's that just like
totally.
do everything you want to do, at least to try to do it, and then maybe you say no, it's not for me, and you can walk a different way all the time.
I see. Okay, got it. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, next question is, what's the biggest prize you ever won?
The biggest prize I ever won.
They don't need to be material, could be sentimental as well.
Yeah, I think my family, basically my parents, are the biggest prize because they have been supportive all my life. I just have a great relationship with them, and that's something I really value in general in my life. Like, I think that's the thing. Like my parents.
Oh, wow. Okay, so your parents there watch this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? You can say in Spanish first and after you can translate in English. They're watching.
Okay. Uh, it's weird to change language, but I will say it in English. So I think it's something I say every day, and it's like I'm always so happy and so proud about how they come from a very like close-minded background, and I do very not close-minded things. And they have always been open, so I'm like proud about them how they just grew up about everything. Like they don't really care. They just being supportive. They like to learn, and how even though they like the age difference is so big, they are just like willing to listen to new stuff and to learn and to be open to it. And I think
Wow.
that's amazing. For some people, it's so close-minded, and they're always like interested and wanting to hear about it. And yeah, I think that's that, and that I love them. They're my biggest joy.
Oh, very sweet. And for you growing up as a gay boy back in Mexico City, it was difficult for you at the time? It was easy? Did you have the support? How did it work for you, if you can share?
I always had my parents for it, and I came out very young. I think when I was like 13 years old, like I told my parents, which I was so
Wow.
young.
Wow.
I didn't have like a lot of experience, but I just felt it, you know when you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is happening. I feel this, and I always had their support. In school was a bit difficult at the beginning because, of course, like I think like mostly gay guys are in a young age. Like you always hang out with girls, and you are in like that side of like I didn't want to play football. I was just wanting to hang out with the girls and talk, or all this stuff. So I think at some point it was difficult because, of course, there was some bullying involved and name, yeah, like people calling you names and stuff, all this. But I think at some point I didn't care that much. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that get very affected by that in their younger years, but for me, it was really not that important because I was like, yeah, I don't know, yeah, sure. And I had a lot of good friends. So I think at some point it was funny because all these bullies and all these like jocks from school who were like the ones bullying me at some point, I was like, yeah, okay, so I'm gay, so why you care? And at the end, I ended up being friends with them. And I was like
Amazing.
the gay boy in school, but it was not like the bad thing. It was just like I hung out with the pretty girls. And that was about it. It was very basic, but it didn't affect me that much.
Wow. And you have brother and sister as well or not?
I have one brother who is 3 years younger than me.
I see.
Yeah, he's also super supportive. Um,
I see.
yeah, it's been, to be honest, I've been lucky how not difficult that part of my life has been. Like I never felt rejected by my family or my friends, or felt like I've been isolated because of me being gay. So
I'm
yeah, part has been easy in a way.
I'm so happy that you are sharing that, Abram, because I'm from Brazil, from South America, and I understand your point. Sometimes, because of religion, because of the way people they have a close-minded, and see you talking so open about your parents' support. I think it's amazing to hear because, as you know, a lot of people they didn't have the same experience, and for you to be able to say that, it's really a safe place to be for sure. I'm sure you have this connection with your parents because you knew that you always have their support. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's about that. And then also they were willing to understand and to hear about it, Sometimes it's
Totally.
out of not knowing something or fear about something. So my mom probably was scared that I was gonna be end up in the streets because all the imagery of gay people and media, of course, I'm talking also about like maybe almost 30 years ago. So it's like
I
it was
see.
so different. Like if you're gay, you're gonna die, you're gonna be a drug addict and end up alone in the street. You know what I mean? So I think she was
Yes.
more worried about that part, like, oh, you're gonna suffer so much, or of course, being from Latin America, like all the moms want their sons to have a kids and a family and all this like conception. So she was also scared of that, like, oh, you're gonna be alone, you will never have kids, you will never have that. And I mean, at some point of my life, I was married and I had like the whole situation going on. I didn't have kids, but my husband had a kid, so it was like this little family. And we went to Mexico and was like, oh, look, and I was like, look, I'm the only gay one. I have this family situation, and my other cousins, they don't have kids because they don't want to, and they don't have this. So it's not about being gay; it's about you choosing your path. So it doesn't matter if I'm gay or not. Like I'm not gonna be alone if I don't want to. If I want to, I will. But
Totally.
so don't worry that much about it. And she was like super relaxed after that.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, of course, it's visible your beautiful tattoos around your body. So tell me, three questions. Which one is the very first one you ever had? Which one is the latest one? And also, which one is the most meaningful one for you?
Oh, okay. I think the first one, let me think. I think this is the first one. You can see. Difficult to watch it.
What says
This,
there?
the first, Je n'autre, that means I am another in French. And it's a piece of a poem from Arthur Rimbaud, which is this French
Wow.
poet. Like, so this was the first one. I thought he was like a rebel, and I wanted to have like this piece of poetry. And I always like French language, so that was the first thing I did. The latest one, I think I did like four at the same time. So it's like this one on my,
Yeah,
this one, and this one. And these are,
I
I
see.
think these two are pretty meaningful. They're my parents' birth dates, both.
Oh,
But I think the most meaningful is this one, which is something I did many, many years ago after my first visit to Barcelona. It's part of a cathedral in the Gothic. And
right.
I took that as like a statement that I was going to live here. And that was a lot of years ago. So it was really cool because I was like waiting for living in Barcelona. This was like a constant reminder of that.
Wow, it's amazing. Right. Next question is, good question. What does love mean to you?
What does love means to me? I think love is a very different things. I think it's uh like there is something like family love that I don't think it goes away. And
Yeah.
I think there is the other part of love, like romantic love or all these other of friendships and all this. There is a phrase I like everything has a season and a reason. And I think this is so true because me, I can be very intense loving someone, but that doesn't mean it's gonna stop. It's like on pause in a way. So yeah, I think for me, loving is the moment, is the people you have around, the ones you can share more, the ones you can give your energy to, and sometimes they are still they in your life for a long time, then they disappear. That doesn't mean you stop loving them, but you cannot give the same love
Yeah.
energy, I call.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Tell me,
for me, love is doing that, like just being present and doing the best for the people you care for.
tell me the very first time that love hit you, that you felt like, oh my God, now I understand the meaning of love. Now I get it.
Okay, I think this happened. I'm the kind of guy that will fall in love like every week.
What's your star sign? Are you Scorpio or not?
I don't know the name in English. Libra, like the
Libra.
balance
Okay. Okay. Libra. In
of the
October. You're
sign,
in October.
yeah, 22 October. But that's the day. The next day I will be a Scorpio, so it's the day it changes.
I'm Scorpio. You have a bit of Scorpio there because Scorpio, they are very sentimental. They fall in love very easily. It's a sexual thing. Scorpio, we are very sexual.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit of both. I'm like right in the in the middle point of that.
So tell me, the very first time in love hit you that felt like, wow.
I think the very first time was like high school love, and I don't know. It's a complicated question because I think on high school you like just feel so much, but you feel not only love but a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's different because of course I had like my high school love and everything, but I think the first time I really felt love like that was when I was married and I met my ex-husband. Maybe I was 26, like so that's like 10 years ago. Yeah, like
Wow.
26, and yeah, and it was crazy. I was super in love, like in love enough to move from Mexico to Minneapolis, which
Wow.
how and got married and changed life. Like I was being a fashion photographer since then and doing all my things. And then it was like moving to Minneapolis, which is not a small city, but compared to Mexico City, it's so different.
Yeah.
And
I
stop
see.
doing photography, stop doing everything I was doing to just change my life and my lifestyle completely for someone, but
Wow.
without feeling like, oh my God, I'm leaving everything for you. I was like really happy about it. I was excited about it. And I end up not working because I was not able to work in the US because of the visa and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing volunteering at my ex-husband's job like every day. Everybody thought I was working there because I was there like 6 hours a day.
Wow.
I'm like, no, I'm just volunteering. So, and I enjoyed every second of it, to be honest. Like, of course, at the end, it ended up and everything. But that moment, I felt like I was really, really in love. I think that was like like,
Real
yeah,
love.
like something
First love.
that changed everything onwards.
I see. Very sweet. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Do you know what I'm playing? Xuxa, Rainha de los Barritos.
Oh, nice. I know Shusha.
Of Xuxa. Next question for you is what is the worst first date have you ever been on?
Oh my gosh, the worst date. So many. I gotta choose one. The
Which one
worst
comes to your
date. I don't know. There is so many worst day like bad dates you have, and sometimes people you build up expectations about someone and about meeting someone, especially when you're younger. And there was a lot of internet meeting dates when sometimes you didn't before Grinder and all, when you didn't even knew the person. It was just like texting with someone and hoping for the best.
yeah?
So I don't think I can choose anyone. I think now I laugh about everything. And I think it's so crazy. Like sometimes it just happens and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have fun for the next hour and just leave. So yeah, I don't know. I never had a bad date.
And one person to go on a date with you, what's something about the person gets your attention straight away?
Ah, that's a good question. I don't know. It has to be a bit crazy. I think so.
Uh-huh.
Has to have something off for me to be attracted to. I don't like people always very stable because I'm not. So they have to have certain craziness into them. So
I love
that's for
that.
sure. Like that, they all have that in common. They're a bit off.
I love that. I love that. I think it's being authentic, something new about you, about be yourself. I think people, even if they don't know you, when they see something crazy or something authentic about yourself, it gets the attention straight away. I get your point, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's that. Like just being. I guess some people is more free of being
Yeah,
themselves than others.
yes,
And
yeah,
I think at some point someone wants just to stand up in the table and start shouting, but they don't do
totally.
it because they control themselves. And I like
Absolutely.
when I see someone is like, "Oh, you don't care about anything. You're just shouting on a chair." And that I will be like, oh, I
So,
love that guy.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, as in the beginning of the interview, you said a lot about, your photographer, you're working a film director, work now with adult content creator, and I could see how much you enjoy it, yeah? But for you, when you look at the other side of the business, what's the most challenging part for you?
The other side, I think the other side of the business, and it's also part of my side as well, is how people is so judgmental and make ideas about how people is. Like now, me being working in this business and having all these tattoos and piercings and all of that, and I think this happens a lot to content creators as well.
Yeah.
Is to feel like they are, like everybody's like super sexual or ready for having sex all the time, or you are like basically, yeah, like the misconception of people. And it's like, no, I do this for work, but when I'm in my house, I'm like watching series or stuff. I'm not like in a dark room 24/7 or anything, or trying to catch someone cock to film, you know? So
So
I think
true.
that's the misunderstanding of how people judge so easily what you're doing, or base your personality on your work.
Totally. Never judge the book by its covers. Never, for sure.
True.
Yeah. Next question is, what would be your ideal day?
My ideal what?
Ideal day.
Oh, my ideal day. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my days. I like to work, so I think my ideal day will be. I always like to go out for coffee, and I live in an area which is pretty nice. So I like to go out, just walk in the street a little bit, sit down, have a coffee, just like relax for a minute, being on my phone, like scheduling what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I always love to see some of my friends, whoever is available on time. And I don't like to stay in the same spot a lot of time. So I like to go coffee, come back, work a little bit, then meet a friend. I think all this is part of what I like, makes me feel happy about life, like having all this movement.
What's the biggest joy of being Abram? What do you like the most about being you?
I think I'm pretty free with what I decide to do, and I like that. I feel I learned after so many years how not to judge also myself, to stop myself from doing something. So I think this is what I like the most. Like a lot of people say I'm very happy. Of course, I have like sad times and bad times or everything, but I think I find like the funny side of everything, and I just laugh it off at some point, and it's like, okay, this was too bad. So bad, it's funny. You know what I mean?
Totally amazing. Last question. Ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. Last question. Before the last question, through your career, even before we start this new journey, along with this journey as well, tell me a moment in your career that you're never gonna forget. For one reason or another, always gonna have a special place in your heart. Could be in the movie industry, could be in the photography industry. Tell me something in your career that for you, you go like, you know what? I always gonna remember this moment.
Okay, that's good. That's a good question. Okay, I think there is like two moments I will never forget. One was when Huawei, like the phone brand, asked me to be ambassador for them, and we did actually a photo exhibition with one of my pictures and a lot of other artists as well for both Latin America, and this was like in every country of Latin America. It was also in China, it was in London, it was in Paris. Like this was like a worldwide exposition of my work.
Wow.
That was like incredible because it was like, yeah, it was like this big brand. It's like calling me, and I was young as well. So it was like, it's just happening. And that, of course, that made a lot of other stuff happen. So that changed a lot in my career as a fashion photographer.
Amazing.
And the other moment I will never forget is the Grammys, which are like some porn awards. So I went the last time, the first the first time I went to the Grammys, and the only one was last year, and I was kind of convinced by a bunch of really good friends, and I was like a little bit scared of, oh, I'm like, I don't really do content creation. Like I film a couple of friends, like what am I gonna do there? I felt so happy. I met some of the best friends I have now. I met them, like not met them there, but like the relationship like really get together there. And I think my all the content creation career I have now, which I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think I'm on the peak of anything, but I'm slowly working my way through it. It all like the Grammys was like a yeah, like a base for it. Like after the Grammys, it was like totally different for me. I decided to take it seriously, to do all this content creation more, yeah, more professional. So I think those two moments will always be in my head.
Beautiful. Next question is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
I think the same thing I like. I wanted to tell me about what do I look in a guy to like him, and I think it's the same with friends. I think they're all a little bit crazy in their own way, and that's what I love. Like they are in their own way, they are really authentic people. They're always chasing their dreams. They're all very creative. They are never like just sitting down and complaining. So I like that because I think that makes each other like work out better. Or like, so I like that. Like they're all crazy and they have a lot of thrive for life. Like they want to live stuff.
Beautiful. Right, so then yet, let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
One word for money.
Freedom.
Family.
Everything.
Fear.
I don't know the word. It's just like you can overcome.
Okay. Life.
Roller coaster.
For sure. Love.
Moments.
Religion.
Unimportant for me.
Okay. Sex.
Powerful.
Politics.
Complicated.
Friendship.
A base.
Desire.
Exciting.
Regret.
Boring.
I like that. I like that. Success.
Emotional.
Wish.
Wish. Achievable.
Happiness.
State of mind.
I like it. One word for Mexico City.
Oh, amazing.
One word for Barcelona.
Harsh.
Wow. And the last one now, one word for photography.
My life.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Abram in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you?
I think positive in a good bad way will be I'm very intense, and negative, I'm very unstable.
My God, you are so Scorpio. You know, one of the biggest characteristics of Scorpio, we are very intense, like literally, we are very intense. That's so Scorpio, for sure. Amazing.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's play now, Abram and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before you ask me the question, I just have a curiosity now. As you know, you work as a film director, you know, about people creating adult content. How do you manage that? Do you ever like feel a little bit excited sometimes? Do you feel like, oh, maybe I could have an idea of participating? Or do you literally focus yourself in the work and you can somehow block this desire of maybe being part of it, if you know what I mean? It's just a curiosity came to my mind right now.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I'm not excited in the moment because I'm like having too much worries about like how many minutes we've been filming, if the battery of light's gonna last, if we have 1 hour more in the place we're filming, all this stuff. Of course, there is, I think it's a mix of everything. Sometimes I'm very blocked like this. Sometimes I work so much hours and so many sessions in a few amount of time that I'm just over it and I just want to go home, like everybody in their works. And sometimes I get a bit excited, and yeah, and I get a bit excited with, or I have some chemistry with some of the guys, or something like this. So I think it's all three of it.
I see. I love it. Okay, Abdul, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, so after you interview so many people and you're like doing this conversation with so different people, does it affect you emotionally? Like, does it make you like reconsider stuff about yourself or your life?
What a great question, Abdul. What a great question. My God, I love it. You know what? I had here people all over the globe, literally all the continents of the world. It's been people here on the Magic Box, and so exciting and amazing as well. I'll tell you something now. You have no idea. Since I started doing the show, my mind has opened so much, being educated about some topics that I never heard before, things that I never, we have our own taboos or our things, in our life. It's normal for us. We have our thing that we don't understand much. Yeah. I'm going to share with you two things that open my mind in a place that I never understood before. When I started doing the show, I had a lovely man from the US, and we were talking about doing the interview, and one point he said, "Oh, my boyfriend, he's in Asia right now. He's traveling in Asia. I'm gonna visit him in a few weeks." And I thought, "Oh, exciting, nice." And after that he said, "Oh, my husband, I'm gonna meet my husband this weekend." And I was a bit confused. I thought, did I understand? So, and he could see that I was a bit confused, and he said, "It's because I am in a polyamorous relationship." And I never heard this word before, polyamorous. So
Okay.
imagine, and he explained to me about the word. He explained to me how is to have two relationships and this and that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited about it. Of course, I knew that people, they could have, different relationship. I knew that, but I never heard about the word polyamorous before. So I was like, wow, that's, made my day straight away. Other situation that I had with a content creator. Actually, he's bisexual guy. He's from South Africa, but he lives in the US, and he's a bisexual guy. He got a girlfriend, and he does content for with girls, with bisexuals, with trans. And during the interview, before I met him during the interview, my thing about bisexual is always, of course, when someone tells me I'm bisexual, of course I believe and understand as well. But deep inside, I always had this doubt. Being bisexual, can you be more with men or can you be more with women? For me, it was a bit confused in my head because I believed that they could be bisexual, but I was a bit confused of like, I'm sure they can be with more, they appreciate or they have more sexual attraction with men or with women. So it wasn't very clear until I talked to him. And the way he explained to me, Abraham, was so clear that, oh my God, after that conversation, it made me be even more understanding about being bisexual, because for me, it wasn't very clear. But the way he explained to me, the way he said about his life, about his job, about how his interaction with both sides, I was so amazed that for me, from that day, it brought that as something that I had here, anything here, it's completely gone straight away after we finished the interview. And I told him, I said, I'm so thankful for you to explain to me so open and so genuine that you literally made me a better person and understand more about that. So that's just two things that I'm just come to my mind now. But imagine talking here with over 1,500 people around the globe. So imagine so many topics that for me I could understand much. It wasn't very clear. So every interview here I do, Abram, I know it sounds cliche, but I always learn something. Maybe I don't see it when I'm talking because I'm so excited he talking to my guests. I get so excited. But when I edit the interview, that's when I'm calm. I'm kind of, I'm editing. I look at the interview with different eyes. And that's when I see more about my guests, about the interview. So back to your question, absolutely. You don't have no idea how much I've been learning here, talking to people, how much I became a better person. I became I always been very open-minded, but I became even more open-minded, you know. So you have no idea how grateful I feel here when I'm here doing the interviews, because it's such a beautiful place to be. I feel the greatest. You know, when you are doing your photography or your job, you know, this great feeling, the same feeling when I'm here doing the interviews. So you have no idea. That's the best William anyone can have. You are having the best of me right now. So answer to your question, I've got goosebumps now saying that, because it's so true. So yeah, back to your question. Yes, I've learned a lot. I became a better person, and every day I learn something new. Sometimes I hear different answers based in different similarity questions. Could be the same thing as well. However, there's always something that sticks out of every interview I do here. So yeah, that's my answer for you.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, it was very fun talking to you. You're a great guy. It's a very interesting thing you're doing. I think it's really cool to have all these different opinions and experiences
Yeah.
from so many different people. I watched some, you interviewed some of my friends as well. So it's also
Yeah.
really cool. And I am happy to be part of it.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for taking the time. I know you are busy, man. You know, you've been traveling and you took the time for the interview. You know, as you know, we are so busy with our own lives today. It's so busy. Everyone is so busy. And when someone take their time for us, I think is precious. So I appreciate your time. Thanks again for. And so you have some friends who've been here on the show. Who are they? I saw a picture
Uh,
actually. Yeah, sure. Tell me.
yeah, Coldo, Victor, I don't know what's his name here.
Victor, yes, I saw your picture of Victor. I saw your picture with him. Such a lovely man. I did with his partner as well.
Oh, okay, okay. I also know him. I also know Alex Brown.
Which one?
Alex Brown, he's a Russian living in France. He's a
Yes,
born
yes,
as
of
well.
course, of
He's
course.
not
I
like
did.
a close friend, but he's really, I know him and I really like him. He's very fun and
You,
amazing guy.
yeah, beautiful. Oh my God, such a great. Today I had an interview with a lovely man from Peru as well. He lives on from Peru. I had an interview today.
Oh,
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks again, Abram, for the interview. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, I think like when things are seem so difficult, like just laugh it off because when you remember about that in 10 years, it will be just like you know when something bad happens and you're just like, oh my God, that happened 10 years ago, and you just laugh it off. Don't hold the grudge because then you will poison yourself with it. And I think that's the positive thing. You just live your life happily and laugh off the bad things.
Beautiful, amazing. Thanks again. And when I come to Barcelona for the first time, let's organize a coffee with Victor. Let's meet up for a drink or something.
Of
Okay?
course, text me and we'll have a coffee for sure.
Take care. Okay? Bye bye. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Bye, ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.